Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about something that's just so deeply human and often really confusing. It's that feeling of not being able to let go of a relationship even when every single logical part of you is just screaming that you should. It's a tough place to be, and in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why it happened.
Have you ever been right there, stuck in that emotional limbo, where one foot is practically out the door, but the other one just feels like it's glued to the floor? It is such a painful, exhausting place to be, and if you've been there, trust me, you are not alone.
And the very first thing you need to know is this: that internal conflict, it's not a sign of weakness. It's not you being indecisive. It's actually a fundamental paradox of what it means to be human. We are complicated beings, pulled in different directions by competing needs. And just understanding that, that's the first step to finding some clarity. So let's dive into that internal struggle. It often feels like this silent, totally exhausting tug-of-war happening inside your head. On one end of the rope, you've got the part of you that just knows you need a change. And on the other end, well, that's the part we really need to understand a little better.
This is what it really boils down to. We have two incredibly powerful, almost primal drives. One is for freedom, for our own space, for growth. That's the voice telling you, hey, this situation isn't working. But then there's the other drive, which is for connection, for attachment, for belonging. And when these two are pulling in opposite directions, that's when you feel stuck. It's not you against someone else. It's you against you.
So why does the part that craves connection so often win? Even when logic is practically shouting at us to do the opposite. Well, the answer isn't just a matter of the heart. It's literally hardwired into our brain chemistry.
Emotional attachment is one of the most powerful forces in our psychology. Our brains are literally designed to form bonds. When we connect with somebody, our brain releases this whole cocktail of chemicals. We're talking oxytocin, dopamine, and they feel really good. They create this powerful bond that makes us crave that person, almost like an addiction. So, and this is the crucial part, even in an unhealthy relationship, your brain can still be chasing that chemical hit of connection.
And this just perfectly illustrates how that brain chemistry works in real life. Think about it. You could have days, maybe even weeks of conflict and pain, but then there's one moment of kindness, one apology, one good memory that pops up. And that single positive thing can trigger the reward system in your brain, and suddenly that deep desire for connection just completely overshadows all the logical reasons to leave. It's an incredibly powerful magnetic pull.
But it's not just our brain chemistry pulling us back in. There's also this huge, powerful force of what we're afraid we'll lose. So what is it? What are we truly afraid of when we think about letting go?
As you can see, it often boils down to these core fears: the emptiness of a quiet house, that sharp pang of loneliness, and just the terrifying uncertainty of what comes next. These fears are so potent because they tap into our most basic survival instincts. Our minds are wired to find safety in what's familiar, and a lot of the time, our brain actually sees the familiar pain of a bad situation as safer than the complete, total unknown of a future without that person. That empty space can feel way more dangerous than the problem you already know how to deal with.
Okay, so we understand the tug-of-war, we get the brain chemistry, and we see the fear. Knowing all of that is powerful, but what do we actually do with it? How do we stop just reacting to this constant push and pull and start acting with purpose? Let's explore how we can shift from reacting to these feelings to intentionally choosing our own path forward.
And this right here is absolutely crucial. The goal right now isn't to make some dramatic exit or to force a decision. In fact, that pressure to just leave can actually make things even harder. The first, most powerful step you can take is to simply understand the pattern, to just recognize the tug of war when it's happening inside you.
So here's a simple little framework to practice that understanding. First, when you feel that internal conflict, just pause. Don't judge yourself for feeling stuck. Second, take a moment to reflect on what you're actually feeling. Is it the fear of loneliness? Is it the memory of a good moment? Just try to name it. And third, from that place of awareness, you can start to act with intention, making small, thoughtful choices instead of big, reactive ones. And that really brings us to the heart of it all, doesn't it? Letting go is so often framed as this big act of release, but true freedom, that comes from first understanding the nature of what you're gripping onto so tightly. Is it hope? Is it fear? Is it that chemical bond? Because when you finally know what you're holding, you get the power to decide if you really want to keep it.
If this explainer resonated with you and brought a little more clarity to a really complex feeling, I'd love for you to join our community for more Stickly insights. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.